Malaysia's capital is Kuala Lumpur. The borders Thailand, Brunei, and Indonesia. Now for the Maldives. Its capital is called Malé. It doesn't border anything because it's just an island country. There's also Mali. The capital is Bamako. It borders Burkina Faso, Niger, Algeria, Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea, and Cote d'Ivoire. There's also Malta, which is right over here. The capital is Valletta. It doesn't border anything because it's an archipelago. Now for the Marshall Islands. Where is the Marshall Islands? Oh, there it is. The capital of Marshall Islands is Majudo. It doesn't border anything. It's an archipelago. Now for Mauritania. The capital is Nouakchott. It borders Senegal, Mali, Algeria, and Morocco. Now for Mauritius. The capital is Port Louis. It's an island country, so it doesn't border anything. Now for Mexico. The capital is Mexico City. It borders the US, Guatemala, and Belize. Now for Micronesia. There's Micronesia. The capital is Balaguer. Doesn't border anything because it's an archipelago. It's an archipelago. Now for the good old Moldova. The capital is Chisinau. It borders Romania and Ukraine. Now for Monaco. It's a city-state. It borders only France. Now for Mongolia. The capital is Ulaanbaatar. The capital is China. It borders China and Russia. Now for the Montenegro. The capital is Podgorica. It borders Albania, Kosovo, Serbia, and Croatia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Now for Morocco. The capital of Morocco is called Rabat. It borders Spain, Mauritania, and Algeria. Yes, it does border Spain. This is a part of Spain. Now for the Mozambique. It borders Eswatini, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Zambia, and Tanzania. And also the capital is Maputo. There's also Myanmar. The capital is Naypyidaw. It borders Thailand, Bangladesh, India, China, and Laos. Now for the N category. First there's Namibia. The capital is Windhoek. It borders South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, and Angola. Now for Nauru. The capital is Yaren. It's an island country, so it doesn't border anything. Now for Nepal. It borders, the capital is Kathmandu. It borders India and China. Now for the Netherlands. The capital is Amsterdam. It borders Belgium and Germany. Now for New Zealand. The capital is Wellington. It doesn't border anything because it's an archipelago. Now for Nicaragua. The capital is Managua. It borders Costa Rica and Honduras. Now for Niger. Yep, that is the correct pronunciation. The capital of Niger is Niamey. It borders Nigeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, Mali, Algeria, Libya, and Chad. Now for Nigeria. The capital is Abuja. It borders Cameroon, Chad, Niger, and Benin. Now for North Macedonia. The capital is Skopje. It borders Greece, Albania, Kosovo, Serbia, and Bulgaria. Now for Norway. The capital is Oslo. It borders Sweden, Finland, and Russia. Now for there's also Oman. The capital is Muscat, borders UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Yemen. Now for the P section. There's firstly Pakistan. The capital is Islamabad. It borders India, Afghanistan, and Iran. Now for Palau. Palau's capital is Niromud. It's an archipelago, so it doesn't border anything. Now for Panama. The capital is Panama City. It borders Costa Rica and Colombia. Now for Papua New Guinea. The capital is Port Moresby. It only borders Indonesia. Unfortunately. Now for Paraguay. The capital is Asuncion. It borders Argentina, Bolivia, and Brazil. Now for Peru. The capital is Lima. It borders Chile, Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, and Ecuador. Now for the Philippines. The capital is Manila. It borders nothing since it's an archipelago. Now for Poland. Poland's capital is Warsaw. It borders Germany, Czechia, Slovakia, Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, and Lithuania. Now for Portugal. The capital of Portugal is Lisbon, and it only borders Spain. Now for Qatar. The capital is Doha. It only borders Saudi Arabia. Now for the R section. There's Romania. The capital is Bucharest. It borders Bulgaria, Serbia, Hungary, and Moldova, and Ukraine. Now for Russia, the biggest out of all of them. The capital is Moscow. It borders Poland, Belarus, Latvia, Estonia, Finland, Norway, Lithuania, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, China, North Korea, Ukraine. Did I already say that? I'm pretty sure I did. Georgia and Azerbaijan. There's also Rwanda. The capital is Kigali. It borders Uganda, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Burundi, and Tanzania. There's also St. Now for the S one. This is going to be a long one, so you better get some popcorn with you. This is going to be long. First, there's St. Kitts and Nevis. The capital is Bpcet. It's an archipelago, so it doesn't border anything. Now for the St. Lucia. The capital is K Street, and again, it's an island country, so it doesn't border anything. Now for the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The capital is Kingstown. It doesn't border anything because it's an archipelago. Now for Samoa. The capital is Apia. It doesn't border anything because it's just an archipelago. Again. There's also San Marino. It's a city-state. And it's surrounded by Italy. It's also a part of its borders. There's also Sao Tome and Principe. The capital is Sao Tome. It doesn't border anything because it's another archipelago. Now for Saudi Arabia. The capital is Riyadh. It borders Kuwait, Iraq, Jordan, Yemen, UAE, Qatar, and Oman. Now for Senegal. The capital is Dakar. It borders Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Mali, and Mauritania. Now for Serbia. The capital is Belgrade. It borders Bosnia, Croatia, Hungary, Romania, Kosovo, Bulgaria, North Macedonia, Montenegro, and Albania. No, it doesn't border Albania. Now for the Seychelles, which is right over here. The capital is Victoria. It doesn't border anything because it's an archipelago. Now for Sierra Leone. The capital is Freetown. It borders Guinea and Liberia. Now for Singapore. It's a city-state. And it's an archipelago, so no borders. Now for Slovakia. The capital is Bratislava. Borders Hungary, Ukraine, Poland, Czechia, and Austria. Now for Slovenia. The capital is Ljubljana. It borders Croatia, Hungary, Austria, and Italy. Now for the Solomon Islands, which is right over here. The capital is Honiara. It doesn't border anything because it's an archipelago. Now for Somalia. The capital is Mogadishu. It borders Djibouti, Kenya, and Ethiopia. Now for South Africa. The capital is... It has 3 capitals actually. They are Pretoria, Bloemfontein, and Cape Town. South Africa borders Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Eswatini, Lesotho, and Mozambique. There's also Spain. The capital is Madrid. It borders Portugal, Andorra, and France. Now for Sri Lanka. The capital is Colombo, and it's an archipelago, so it doesn't border anything. Now for Sudan. The capital is Khartoum. It borders South Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Egypt, Libya, Chad, and CAR. Now for South Sudan. The capital is Juba. It borders Uganda, DRC, Central African Republic, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Kenya. Now for Suriname. The capital is Paramaribo, borders Guyana, French Guiana, and Brazil. Now for the Sweden. The capital is Stockholm, it borders Norway and Finland. Now for Switzerland. The capital is Bern. It borders Italy, France, Germany, Liechtenstein, and Austria. Now for Syria. The capital of Syria is Damascus. It borders Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, Iraq, and Turkey. Now for T. There's Taiwan. The capital is Taipei. Doesn't border anything because it's an archipelago. There's also Tajikistan. The capital is Dushanbe. It borders Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, and China. Now for Tanzania. The capital is Dodoma. It borders Zambia, Malawi, Mozambique, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, and Kenya. Now for Thailand. The capital is Bangkok. It borders Malaysia, Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia. Now for Togo. The capital of Togo is Lomé. It borders Ghana, Benin, and Burkina Faso. Now for the Tonga. The capital is Nuku'alofa, and it doesn't border anything because it's just an archipelago. There's also Trinidad and Tobago, which is right over here. The capital is Port of Spain, and it doesn't border anything because it's another archipelago. There's also Tunisia. The capital is Tunis. It borders Libya and Algeria. Okay, now for Turkey, or Turkey. The capital is Ankara, borders Greece, Bulgaria, Syria, Iraq, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran, and Georgia. Now for Turkmenistan. The capital is Ashgabat. It borders Iran, Afghanistan, and Uzbekistan. Now for Tuvalu, which is over here. The capital is Funafuti, and it's an archipelago, so it doesn't border anything. Now for the U. Now for U. First up, there's Uganda. The capital is Kampala. It borders Rwanda, Tanzania, DRC, Kenya, and South Sudan. Now for Ukraine. The capital is Kiev. It borders Moldova, Romania, Hungary, Poland, Slovakia, Belarus, and Russia. Now for the UAE. The capital is Abu Dhabi. It borders Saudi Arabia and Oman. There's also the United Kingdom. The capital is London, and it borders Ireland only, which is weird. Now for the United States. The capital is Washington. It borders Mexico and Canada. Now for Uruguay. The capital is Montevideo. It borders Argentina and Brazil. Now for the good old Uzbekistan. Now for the capital is Tashkent. The border is Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, and Kazakhstan. Now for V. There's Vanuatu. Vanuatu is over here. The capital is Port Vila, and it's an archipelago, so it doesn't border anything. Now for Vatican City, the smallest out of everyone. The capital, it's a city-state, and it's surrounded by Italy, and it's also one of its borders. Now for Venezuela, the capital is Caracas. The border is Colombia, Brazil, and Guyana. Now for Vietnam. The capital is Hanoi. It borders Laos, Cambodia, and China. Now for Y. Yemen. The capital is Sana'a. It borders Saudi Arabia and Oman. Now for Z. There's Zambia. The capital is Lusaka. It borders DRC, Angola, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Malawi, and Mozambique. Oh yeah, and also Tanzania too. And finally, Zimbabwe. The capital is Harare. It borders Zambia, Mozambique, South Africa, and Botswana. Alright, that's the end of it.